Cornwall, where the cold and hard Atlantic Ocean meets the coast of England. They say Cornwall gets all 4 seasons in one day. Horizontal rain, hauling winds, salty spray, freezing snow, and sometimes sunshine in the afternoon. These circumstances will be thrown at the people that will run the shoreline of Cornwall. An early start at 8:30 in the morning, 2,300 meters of climbing, 80 kilometers of ground to cover, 15 and a half hours to finish. This is the Arc of Attrition. It is supposed to be hard.
So after that intro, the idea was to make a race report of the Arc 50, but I didn't race. We went over to Cornwall a week on forehand on Saturday, Johan and myself, and we left Holland quite early in the morning on Saturday. 2 hours into that drive, I noticed that I wasn't feeling that well. When we got to the boat in Calais to cross to Dover, I was already showing signs of fever. And by the time that we got into Cornwall Saturday evening, I was sick. So the first 48 hours in Cornwall, I completely slept. I think I was out of bed for 4 hours and I slept for 44 hours. And then Johan started to show signs of illness as well. So I gave him a little present. So long story short, we stayed in Cornwall until Wednesday and then decided that it was not feasible to run. I could hardly get upstairs without losing my breath, so let alone run 80 kilometers with quite some climbing in it. So as Johan was not feeling well, we decided to return to Holland on Wednesday. And yeah, that brought us back home Thursday morning, and from there we could start to get better back at home. Typically when I get ill, it's 2 or 3 days and then it's gone. It's now Saturday. It's been 2 weeks ago since we left for Cornwall, and it is only for the last couple of 2-3 days that I start to feel better. So I think it's an English expression to say that I was quite under the weather. So yeah, unfortunately no arc. Not even, I did not finish. I didn't even start. But being ill for a couple of days also gave me the time to reflect a little bit, and I think there's some lessons that I can take with me from the preparation that I did. So I will go over those lessons really shortly, and then yeah, it's the end of the series of the Arc. So stepping away from training because I got sick also gave me a little bit time to reflect and to think about what was I well prepared or not, and things like that. And I think I came to a couple of lessons that I learned. I think first of all, I got ill, and that is something that can happen. But looking back, my original idea was to take 2 weeks off around Christmas to relax, to do the last training. And the issue that I ran into is that it was still quite busy at work. I have a commercial role, and We were working on 2 big deals that needed to come in. So instead of taking 2 weeks off, I did quite some work, some hours. But I think the most important thing is that I didn't relax. Looking in hindsight, if you get ill, you get ill. But I think I could have been in a better position if I would have taken the 2 weeks off, relaxed, and maybe that would have prevented me from becoming ill. But I think that was the first lesson that I take. If you go towards a big event like this, it's not only the training that you have to take care of, it's also yourself that you have to take care of and make sure that you're well rested. So that's one of the first takeaways that I have from the last weeks. Oh man, look at this, beautiful, eh? So looking back, with the knowledge that I have now, I would have given me a chance of less than 50% to be successful in the Arc 50. And the main reason for that is that in preparing for the Waldstrubel that was in September, I thought that I was not getting enough volume in. So what I did after the Waldstrubel is that I switched to another training program, Run Motion, because it gave me more volume. In October and November, that was digested well by my body, but in December I started to notice that I got pains in the legs, in the knees. The IT band started playing up again. Also some signs of a shin splint again. So I think all in all, important conclusion is that I went too fast on the volume. Because of that, I ended up in a really bad spot in December. In my last update, I just ran 40 Ks. Then I almost had to take a week off. And afterwards I did another 25 Ks in the dark. But that was also a heavy one for the knees. And after that, I didn't run for 2 weeks. Because of all the little pains in the knees, in the IT band, in the shin. So an important lesson for me, second lesson is keep the volume under control. It may feel good in October and November, but if you're increasing your volume too much, you're going to pay for it. And I paid for it big time because I was not able to train properly in the first weeks of January. I did a lot of training in the gym, just walking on a treadmill, walking uphill. But it was not the training that you wanted to get in. So lessons learned, and everybody knows it already. Don't increase the volume with more than 10% a week, and I think I did a little bit too much. So that's the second lesson learned. So third lesson learned, I really have to focus not only on running, but also on building up the core, the legs, and everything. Because if you look into the fact why you get pain in the IT band, is because you're neglecting some other muscles in the body that you don't train. So third lessons learned is do a good mix of running, of walking uphill on the treadmill, and on some power exercises for the core, for the legs, but even for the arms and the shoulders. It's good. Don't overdo it. But I've been doing it now since the beginning of January quite regularly, and yeah, it feels good now. So that's the third lesson that I take away, and yeah, take them to your advantage. So, with all of that said, we're going to close the Arc of Attrition series. Unfortunately, not with a race report, but with some lessons learned. Take them to your advantage. Yeah, we're going to start up a new series. I'm going to run Ultra Trail Snowdonia in May in Wales in the UK. So preparation for that has started. And I'm going to do that one again together with Johan. So it's our revenge. And what I also decided is to sign up for the 107 kilometers of Nice in the end of September. So that will be the second main goal of the year. And let's see if we how I'm going to digest it to run through the night, because the start of Nice will be at 10 o'clock in the morning and the finish won't be until latest 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. So that will be interesting. And as a preparation before that, 2 weeks before that, I'm hiking the Tour de Mont Blanc. So it's going to be a hell of a year, where we're going to do a lot of cool stuff. With that I'm going to get rid of the nasty taste that the Arc left, because it was really a shame. But the cool thing is, in 2026 there will be an Arc of Attrition again, and in the next weeks, months, I will decide whether or not I'm going to join that one. So yeah, closing down the updates around the Arc, and in a couple of weeks' time we'll start up a new series. So thanks that you joined this series, and I'll see you later.